What's up everyone, I'm of course the Joker of Yu-Gi-Oh! And today I'm coming at you with another video today because I want to give you guys another treat. I love giving you guys videos and this is something that I just had to show you. I could not wait to show you and I'm just super excited to actually show you this. So it's actually a duel recap video, but the funny reason I really want to show you this is because this is actually a tournament one that I went into. That was not just for like a round, this was actually the tournament itself. I wanted to record every single game, I wanted to speed up a lot for you for this tournament. I had this whole idea planned in my head of to, recap every single game I was in, then open up all the packs and do all that stuff for you. But here's the funny part. When I actually went into this tournament, in the end there actually only ended up being just me and one other guy. So it's actually only one game, but it's a lot of fun and I really hope you guys do enjoy it. So let's get into it, shall we?
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Let the good times roll!
Okay, so here we go everyone. So a little background information before I actually start this game is I did actually speed up the recording a lot for you guys. So if I miss anything, it's because the recording is that fast. And, hopefully it makes it more entertaining for you guys. The other thing is the fact of I actually knew what this person was playing before the game actually began. And the reason I know this is because I actually saw his deck. I saw a little peek of it. I was like, oh, he's running ABCs. And then I saw the invocation. I was like, he's running invoked ABCs. I asked him on it. He said, yeah. And he laughed about it. Then asked, what am I playing? And I just play tested it. It was Trickstars, of course, but he didn't click on if it was burn or spam because, the deck can change so quickly. And when I play tested it, I had the burn hand, but then the next playtest was I had a spam hand. So it's like either or. But here we go, guys. I really hope you guys do enjoy this. I did start recording this after we rolled the dice. So we got a 5, I got a 1. So of course he won the dice roll. He knew I was playing. So he went, of course, first because it's a smarter choice in this game. Lately, you want to be going first. Here goes Power Desires. I, of course, Ash that. And that Ash was actually the secret rare. So that means it's the one from Dark Magician 81. So thank you again, man. You are literally, as you can see, you're the person that's also helping me win these games. Same with Awesome James, same with Ace of Bats. All you guys that help me with my deck are just absolutely insane. So on my turn, I go the whole Trickstar Light Stage. As you can see, it gives me that search. I went for Lycris. I targeted his back row, so he wouldn't have to use, so he couldn't use it. I then instantly summon, Cantina. Cantina for the search, is just absolutely insane, which I absolutely love. When I start to go searching, he uses Strike, which is super annoying, because it does burn him for 15, which means he goes down to 65, and I wish I had a life point calculator for you guys right here, but our life point calculator guy was on the standby. So, unfortunately, I couldn't do anything from here because without Cantina on the board, it did screw me over a little bit. On his turn though, he only had a few cards in hand, only the 2, so he couldn't do anything, and pass turn. My turn, I just, set 2, summon the Lycris I ended up searching for, and then activate Dark Remove Nightmare, because it's just so beautiful to have Dark Remove Nightmare. And, I go for the attack. Now, the thing to remember is, because Lycris is attacking, it's 16, but Light Stage's effect goes off, which is 200 when damage is inflicted, but because it's effect damage now, Dark Remove Nightmare flicks off, so that ends up being 21 damage. So remember, he was on the whole 65, and I have a calculator for you guys right now. 65 he was now on. Then he just lost 21, so it's just absolutely insane that this deck can go off with so many different combos, and the amount of burns I just kept on doing. So it was just super fun. Now, you will notice, although I've just talked about it to you guys right here, this is what me and him were talking about. We talked about this for a little bit of the whole, burning thing. I was explaining to him because of this burn was this and this burn. And it's because a lot of people don't really run the Dark Remove Nightmare combo, and it's really fun. So I then checked how many cards does he have in hand. 3. So this is where it does, he's had 3 or 4 at this point. So this is where it does matter. I go Disturbance Strategy and then Present Card. The reason this is to make sure, the cards are all correct. Now, it's just absolutely insane. He discards all the cards, draws 5, and this is where it gets really fun, because remember, on his draw, he did actually burn, or, 2 for 1,000, because of how all that works, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So at this point, he was actually at 3,400 life points, and then I was using present card and disturbance strategy, which is absolutely insane. So that gives me an extra burn, which is just so beautiful. And like, it's so much fun. I'm pretty sure like this was the game at this point for the first one, because it was 1,000 plus, you know, the 15, 16, 17, 18. So that was 18 twice right there, which is just, it's just so beautiful. And yeah, that was I'm pretty sure this is where I won this one, because the calculations were right, but I think the calculator guy was a little bit off. So, I mean, I think he did end up having an actual turn. I can't remember. Like, he was checking my cards and all that, but I'm pretty sure this is where I did actually win this one. I'm trying to remember, like, oh no, I think the calculators were wrong, was off a little bit because of all that. But he ends up going, you know what, even if I attack, I'm on that low of life points, it's the game right there, and we just end up calling it, you know, that's my win right there. So I will put the, you know, my face up just a little bit more, just to speed over for you guys. But yeah, this was going really well for me. Like, I absolutely enjoyed it. But I was actually checking, do I need to side anything at this point? Is there anything worth siding? And I was thinking this because, you know, I didn't verse enough of his deck to really see if there's anything worth siding for. So I decided to not side. He actually did side. I don't know what he put in at that point, but, you know, it's always fun to figure out later. But yeah, I'm just going to skip a little bit more further ahead because here's me just shuffling and shuffling on, which you guys don't want to see me shuffle. So I'll just pretty much like pause the recording till the shuffling finishes just for you guys. Okay, so I finally got to the point where we stopped shuffling and side decking because it did take a bit. I am going to slow down the video a little bit more because it's just a lot more fun. But on his turn, he goes to terraforming, he goes for the search. But, you know, right after search, I go droll and lock, which is a lot of fun because I know how much searching this deck desperately needs to go for. He goes Union Hanger, but I forget that Union Hanger actually has a second effect that's not adding. That's why I questioned it right here of, you know, oh, I thought I was negating and all that. But that's where the mistake was happened by me. I learned a new lesson right there of, you know, it can do the whole equipped play. It wasn't as beastful as it could have been because he didn't go for the amazing plays that he could have gone for, but the fact of just being able to stall him for a little bit was a lot of fun. So yeah, this is just basically what he was able to bring out, just barely anything on the board, which does make it easier for me to actually open up something a little bit, hopefully better. But, you know, you never know, and sadly what I did was I opened up 3 cards and a Lycoris. Like, you know, 3 back rows. One of them was Judgment, but I just go for the attack because it still does the whole damage, which isn't too bad. And that's what you really want to be able to do. You want to be able to get that damage. It does protect him, and he goes for that whole search. But this is where it's like, oh god, yeah. And because it was adding, you know, that's another burn right there, which is always fun. I love how much this deck burns. If I haven't said it before or once enough, like, I'm going to say it 1,000 times probably for the rest of my Yu-Gi-Tubing days, of how much I just love burn. But yeah, he went the whole Lycoris, and on his turn I did go Disturbance and Present card. You know, just pretty much to go for the OP plays and all this, just to make sure he could burn for that a little bit more. I didn't really have a lot going for me then, that was the problem. So he went, you know, Twin Twister, doesn't, you know, negate it, but it does destroy it. It gives him 2 less in hand. So even though I went Present card, you know, last, it does actually matter which cards are used and all that, and you got to remember that with the burns. If you go Disturbance strategy and then, you know, Present card, or you go Present card and then Disturbance strategy, and they Twin Twister, you know, one of them, then they're only going to burn a lot of Disturbance, of the Present card, which is not really what you want, and that's why it's really having a lot of fun. So, you know, this was pretty much just talking and all that, so I'm going to speed up a little, you know, go along a little bit more for you guys. Just because I did slow it down, but I also want to keep it fast for you guys. And it's pretty much just playtesting, a lot of fun, like, you know, trying to figure out the best combos that I could have gone for. When he goes for something, I I was like, I straight up don't care. It's the only card in my hand. I flick that Ash, and it just lands perfectly, which I absolutely love. And as you can see, I've only got one card on the board, nothing in my hand, and so far, it's just not looking nice. So, yeah, you can pretty much tell where this game's going, and this is why I'm going to speed up for you guys, because, you know, I don't think you guys want to see me lose too badly. But, yeah, there was, like, these OP plays that, you know, it wasn't really OP, it was just, he was bringing out more cards and going for everything. I did actually break a rule right there, yeah, I did check his banish list, but it was because it was having a lot of fun. This is actually where the judge actually did come over at one point after this and check this. So at this point I was having the fundle, but we ended up calling this, oh, you know, let's just call this to a tournament duel. I'm like, you sure, man? I'm like, and he's like, yeah, let's just call this the tournament duel. I'm like, oh, sweet, okay. But yeah, as you can see, he's just going for the overlays and all the different plays, and I only had one Lycris on the board, so I didn't have anything really going for me. He goes for the, you know, the clock card, the Link monster, brings out Buster, and that's a 4,000 damage right there, because it brings that monster, because there's an effect that brings it down to 0 and all that. And that's why I take 4,000. So unless I top deck, you know, I just knew I wasn't going to win. I did actually get Pot of Desires, which is probably one of the better top decks, and that's really nice that I was able to get them. So, set 1, activate, you know, summon my Lilybell. That's actually, yeah, Lilybell. I go to attack. It's only 800, but yeah, you know, just effect Veil of that. It was the missed timing and all that, because we did actually forget to talk to each other here and there a little bit more. But yeah, he did use the whole banish effect, destroy that, you know, it was just super annoying, but yeah, that's the way the game goes, and I had to scoop with that because I literally had nothing else. So, because I did lose, that does give me the benefit of picking if I want to go first or second, and that's one of my favorite things because I will always go first, I always try and go first. So I'm going to skip the shuffling once again for you guys because you don't want to see the shuffling, and with my deck, I shuffle like a lot. It's like a religious thing because I'm afraid I'm going to brick because it's not because the deck breaks, but because I shuffle, you know, I search all my main key cards, I search all my key cards together. If I don't shuffle it enough, when I go to draw, either two things will happen. One, the +1 will be I get all my key cards, which doesn't happen as much as you would think. Or two, the more likely one, all my key cards are too far to reach and I just brick with a hand like I did more in second game. So that's why we just shuffle each other's decks and all that. I let him side because he actually wanted to side. At this point I decided, you know what, I'm going to side and I'm actually going to take out the Ogre and I'm going to put in Honest. And the reason I did this was because, as you could see, in the first and second game I did not use Ogre. I didn't draw into it, I didn't feel like I really needed to use it. I felt like, you know, last game, if I had drawn the Honest, it would have helped me a lot more. So I thought, I'm just going to put the Honest in, we go back to shuffling and all that. That's why there's a lot of skipping for you guys. You guys don't want to see shuffling. You don't want to see that stuff. And it's just absolutely insane of how much shuffling we actually went through this. We were there, just me and him, because we were on no time limit or anything like this. I think the game went for like 30 to 40 minutes. But, I mean, that's why the first part was sped up so much, because that was the longest one. And the main part was just straight up shuffling. That's what took the longest. So, on my turn, you know, I summon my Candina. I just return both. Special summoning that. He actually goes Ogre. So what my first plan was, actually, I'm going to pause it right there, yeah. What my first plan was, I was going to summon Candina, go for Lycris, go for the whole light stage, then do that, but because he ghost ogred me, I chose not to do that. I just chained it, special summon the two Lycris as you do, and chose my target as Reincarnation, because the fun part about that is I didn't choose my target before he destroyed it, which is always fun. Like, the fact of you don't choose your target beforehand really helps you with the game because it doesn't restrict you on anything that you have to do. So on my hand right now I do have a few cards, which is always nice. I've got Dark Room of Nightmare, don't forget that. And my set card is that Reincarnation, which is always fun. So I'm going to bring out my calculator once again. I didn't do it on his one because he already had it was just straight up 4,000, 4,000. So when his turn goes into, you know, he's got 2, 4, it's actually 1,000 damage right there, just because of one card. I activate Reincarnation to banish his entire hand, so that ends up going, you know, that's 5 cards right there, 1,000, 1,000. Then you've got 3, 3, 3, 3. Sorry, just 3, 3. So it's just absolutely insane. So I ended up being 26. I'm trying to remember the exact burns, but we had the calculator guy on standby just in case. So yeah, it was like 1,000. Actually, no, sorry, it wasn't 1,000. Yeah, it was 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 1,000. So yeah, which was really fun. He ended up going the slumber, which I didn't mind actually because I've already gone down to 44. He brings in Gamaceo and he gives me, he gives me that shitty one. He actually said I half expected you to have Ash like I did in the first 2 games. But no, I didn't actually have Ash. If I had Ash, that would have been so sweet. Here, of course, did get to pick where it went. So we could have gone for a ton of plays right here. But I mean, Slumber is just always a nice card. And I was actually thinking about putting it back into my deck, but I don't have the room for it. I don't need the necessary requirement. So I decided not to run it. And he did actually he'd actually use Upstart. So that gives me the, plus 1,000, which is always nice. Which I absolutely love having the whole plus 1,000. Doesn't bother me. You want to give me life points? Absolutely. The funny thing is when I have Lycos on the field and they use this and it's like, you really want to do that? I mean, I'm just going to burn you. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, as you can see by the board, I didn't really have anything going for me at this point because I had Reincarnation, but I had that. He could easily get over my monster. So it was like, okay, I'm just going to, gadget. I'm just going to bring in that gadget. Why not? It's going to be the most fun option. Attacks me, that one, and then attacks me directly. I'm trying to remember the exact life points of those 2, but I'm mainly just keeping track of the life points he had for you guys, because that's what really counts, because you got to make sure I always win, right? So I can keep on bringing you guys this content video, so I can say that I'm bringing you guys the better decks, and that's what I want to continue doing. I want to keep on bringing you guys the best decks. So I, of course, go to the light stage, which is always fun. He actually thinks about it, and he's like, okay, what's in my graveyard? I've got Reincarnation, I've got that. I'm like, yeah, okay. And this is why I absolutely love it. Because he was thinking about, and when people start to think about what's in my grave, I know that they've got something set. So I have to start thinking, okay, what could be the cards that stop me? What could be this and that? So of course, because I used Light Stage, I wanted to go for Candiena, and the reason this was because I wanted to go for more burn. I wanted to primarily stall him, I wanted to go for more burn, I wanted to go for more searches. I already had, all the reincarnation. Actually, no, sorry, I went for a Lycos on that one because I already had Candiena in the hand. But I summoned the Candiena, after all this, after targeting it, of course. He goes Ghost Ogre, destroys it, so it doesn't target it, which, of course, yes. I go Dark Hole, and, he's got 2 monsters on the field. He's got that Kaiju, and he's got that. What does he do? You're gonna love this. He actually thinks about the card, but he goes Judgment. So he instantly burns. He instantly takes that, 22, because you halve your life points, and he's already at 44. And this is where I go, I'm gonna go Candiena. Right when I'm about to search, he actually stops me. I'm like, I should have waited for him a little bit more. He goes Skill Drain, which means that brings him down to 1,200. Now, you got to remember the monster right here is Silver Gadget. I can't remember the exact attack of Silver Gadget, but I'm pretty sure it's between 12 or 1,400. Comment down below, or I'll just end up commenting down below what it is. Either way. But, I mean, I was actually thinking about this for a little bit, and as you can see, I had Acid Golem, and he actually, I was thinking, okay, well, I've got Lycos in my hand, I've got, a Lycos in the graveyard, I end up bringing out both. I know I'm going to overlay, so I double check on what ones I could go for, and I go for the Acid Golem to attack. Why? Because that's insta-game. He gives me a handshake, like the gentleman he is, because that's just absolutely beautiful. So, I did win this. He actually did tell me he put in the skill drain. That's what he ended up citing in, and we just had a nice, fun chat. But that's it for the duel, so as you can see, that I did come technically first in this tournament, even though there was only 2 of us. But that means I got to pick 4 packs, and here I'm coming up with you guys right now of that 4-pack video. So here we go. Yes, so here it is, everyone. This is actually the recording of the opening. So I actually ended up picking out 4 different packs, of course. I got the OTS. I actually did ask them, can I open up multiple OTS? Thinking, I won. So, I mean, just give me 4 packs. I didn't know that I could only pick 1 OTS at this particular one. I didn't know other people were like only 1 OTS. I really wish that would change because, let's face it, that's what we want. There was barely anyone there. You got a large shipment. Just give me the OTS, man. But no. He didn't end up giving me the OTS, so I went, the multiple OTS, so I went double Circuit Break and 1 Firewall. Now I'm going to pause it here because the reason I went Firewall, I really want that Firewall Dragon. I want Circuit Break because I really want evenly matched. And how this actually went was I flipped a coin to decide if I wanted another Code of the Duelist or if I wanted a Circuit Break. I ended up flipping a coin and I went another Circuit Break. So I was really hoping for a few cards, and actually when I pulled this, I got Seraph Knight. I was super happy because that's the one I wanted. As you can see, I also got a Lilybell, but I wanted Seraph Knight for my Herald deck. So I'm a few cards, you know, if you haven't seen that deck profile already, there is a Herald deck profile on my channel, and it actually works really well. I did check up other channels and all that, so I did build off an awesome ones and all that. But yeah, so I got Seraph Knight, which really does help the deck. Open up that Extreme Force, didn't get anything. As you can see, you guys can see names, but I got anything I really wanted. I didn't get that evenly matched. I got a lot of commons, which really does suck. I hate these. I hate when you don't get a good common. So I'll put them aside. I was really hoping to get evenly matched. I was just really hoping for anything really spicy. Got the link stuff. Like, as you can see, the camera picks up pretty decently, so hopefully you guys can read it really well. Got, you know, the Altergeist and all that. Didn't get any, you know, secrets from that, which, or ultis or anything like super amazing, but I got them, so it's not too bad. As you can see, I am putting it up there just to put into a folder later. But yeah, here's the last pack, guys. Here's the last one. I want something good. I want something spicy. Give me that Firewall. Give me Trickstars to help my mate. Give me something that's absolutely beautiful. So I got the Ascendant. I got Defense Zone. You know, Red X, and I got that World Chalice. So for me, it wasn't the stuff I wanted, but I do know that a lot of people want that stuff, so of course, I was super happy on that. I'd focused the camera on that, and I actually did read it over that card, because it is a funny card, and so then I got all them. If anyone actually wants any, like, any commons in particular, hit me up and I'll try and see if I've got them. I try not to keep a lot of my commons, but yeah. So I end up getting all, like, these cards right here. All them commons, but don't really care about them. And I got these rares, and I was actually thinking, you know, with the giveaway, you got one of them people, Dark Magician A1, because there was actually an original video, and then another one, which is the latest one. He actually said open up more packs and give away something like that. This is what I opened up. Think about this. I don't think anyone would really want any of that stuff. And I want to give away something special, other than the Lilybell, because, come on, Trickstars. So I was thinking over this twice, and I will show this, I am showing the Gem Knight Seraph Knight, because that's the stuff I absolutely love. And I'm going to pause it back right between, you know, when I had all those beautiful cards on the screen. Primarily, if I didn't have that glare, it would be super nice. But yeah. So, I mean, I was super happy on getting the Gem Knight Seraph Knight, because that's the card I really wanted. Seeing these cards, as you can see right there, I mean, I don't think any of you guys really want them. So I'm still thinking about the giveaway prize. I've narrowed out the whole token idea because I haven't... there was a few people that were saying token, but a lot more people that were saying deck cores. So I've narrowed it down to 2 main deck cores for you guys. I can either try and put together as much Trickstar stuff as I have. Of course, this wouldn't include the reincarnations. This wouldn't include Candinas. It would be lucky to have Light Stage. So... and, you know, even having Holy Angel, that'd be lucky to try and get. So there wouldn't be a lot of the OP stuff there, but it would still be most of the deck that can really help you out. Or, my other choice was actually building one of you guys a very budget Cyberse deck profile for you guys. Not the deck profile of, like, I would actually show on the channel, but yeah, I would actually make the best as I possibly can, a Cyberse deck from all the Cyberse stuff that I've opened. Try and make one of them, even, it wouldn't have the extra deck, but it would have all the 40 card main cards, because I don't have any of the extra deck pieces that I'm not using. I'm really sorry about that. Same with Trickstars. I don't have any of the stuff that I'm not using. So I'm trying to give you guys something that you can really enjoy, but, you know, trying not to take apart the stuff that I actually do use. So I want you guys to keep on commenting down below on what your ideas are on, like, what would be an awesome giveaway prize. Are you still leaning more on the token now that I've said what, you know, what the deck cores would be, or would you actually be happy with these 2 deck cores? You know, picking one or the other, of course. And I really want to hear you guys opinions and comments down below, so make sure you do comment that down below. And of course, as always, I want you guys to keep on smiling. I want you guys to comment down below what you guys want to see next. I really hope you guys did actually enjoy that I won like this game, which was technically a tournament, the smallest tournament ever, I'm pretty sure, in recording, which is why I had to bring you guys this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. And, you know, as always, I want you guys to keep on smiling, enjoy the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself, and of course, till the next one, that, of course, ends it for me, the Joker, and I'll see you next time, everybody.